Hello and welcome. I'm Jess Campmans Guided by Equus, and this is your Horse Wisdom Insights for the beginning of December new moon and eclipse in Sagittarius. So here I have with me some of my younger horses, and just kind of feeling into the words I'm getting is, and it's interesting because they've been all kind of just needing to be attached, I guess is maybe a good word, but like a new wave, a new cycle. And I came out here and I can hear, I'm not too sure if the video will catch it, but it sounds like there's like a kind of a ghostly singing in the back, and it's coming from the barn. And I think I know what it is, but it's just kind of fascinating that it just is sounding very almost otherworldly. And part of what it feels like that this new moon and this eclipse cycle is bringing in is this change in form, which I have here Surf with me, and his soul wisdom is that of reconciliation. And then my 4 younger horses, and actually there's been a change in this herd because Magic and Raven and Stormy have all moved on to expanded themselves into the world with some new homes, and that was kind of a very interesting and really expansive encounter with getting them to their destination. And then I was almost feeling a sense of loss, and yet a space created in the herd for new ones to come in, and Surf is just nodding and licking and chewing on that. And there is new ones coming in that are due in 2022. But even with the movement of 3 horses and the change in the dynamics that brought, the 4 little guys over here have kind of refound themselves in space with each other and in relationship with each other. And this next cycle that the word drawing keeps coming. So it's like, but not drawing like we're drawing something, like we're being drawn into it in a way that is actually helping create movement in our lives. And again, Surf just nodded on that. I wish I could capture some of these, but again, this is just the magic of being with the horses. And I contemplated doing this inside because it was really windy, and as I came out here and I just found kind of a sheltered spot, the winds died down, and I realized it just wouldn't be the same without the horses and the resonance and the magic that they bring, even when it's moving air through them. But that's a feedback for the movement that is being generated for us to be able to kind of see beyond where we thought our capacity was in this next cycle. And again, it's just been super interesting to see the space that's been created within the herd, within myself, as an opportunity to, I guess that's what letting go is the ability to create space for something new to come in. And part of this next cycle, I'm getting a connection to the solar plexus, like, so it's to our power, and our power is in our voice and our ability to expand in the world through the messages that we share. And Falcon's really licking and chewing on that and coming over. And Falcon's wisdom is that of corroborating, so of finding our strength within something that we know to be true, but now is supporting us to bring it into greater capacity and form. And Falcon was actually supposed to leave, but in a really synchronistic kind of spiral of events, he is here and kind of trusting that everything has a reason for being. And how that all came to be has slowly been revealing itself, which is kind of, again, opening up that space for being able to get the wisdom that each one of these horses has come into this Guided by Equus herd to offer and share through this platform, and helping me trust that the messages that so I'll back up for a second. So in order to be able to receive our intuition and insights and messages, we have to have a channel to receive them in and through. And these last few months, I've been feeling really full, like overextended, overexposed, over everything, over full. So I've been doing some interesting work with the horses on clearing the pathways, the channels, to have a clearer message, have more clarity in that message. I'm just sharing Bo's yawning on that. And Bo's wisdom is that of conjuring up, so that comes from within to come up and out, that actually brings rise to something else because of it. So to kind of bring this all back, and Aini is now yawning. And Aini's soul wisdom is that of redemption, liberation, liberating ourselves through this, going back to surf, the reconciliation process, reconciling with, so kind of what I was sharing before, reconciling with what we've encountered. Because when we reconcile with it, we take responsibility for ourselves in relationship in that. And when we do that, then we have a more conscious choice as to how to collaborate with the energy that's around us, even if it's something that's happening to us that seems like it's very challenging. Because those challenges are the things that really position us to grow through them. So coming back to this solar eclipse and the new moon in Sagittarius is really feeling like it's moving from the back, from our past, from the dark, and Aini's in front, to bringing it to light, so that we can expand and grow ourselves outside of our comfort zone, and begin to be more and share more of our message. And whatever our message is, I guess kind of must go through that reconciliation process so that we become a clearer channel for it, and it's able to expand through us. Thank you, Bo. It feels like there's one more piece. And again, that sense of movement, and however that movement is, I guess that's funny, because what just came to me was, often we feel that we have to define ourselves by that movement, and Surf's nodding again on that, or be, be embarrassed, not embarrassed, but we feel that we might be judged for that movement, whereas in that process, if we can let go of how we're being received, or how that movement is being engaged with, then it actually becomes much more natural, and it's just kind of a part of our process, and we don't have to do anything other than, I want to use the words, organize ourselves intuitively and instinctively within what feels good and right in creating space for ourselves through that movement. So hopefully that all kind of makes sense. And there's one more piece. It feels like the space holder back here is Summer. And Surf just kind of took after Bo, because I think Bo crossed a line a little bit with him. the space holder right there is Summer, and her soul wisdom is to align. And to align with who we are means letting go of our past and all of those things that we're holding, so we can become present with what it is that we're interacting with and that what wants to engage with us. And I love that she just licked and chewed on that. And right behind me is Mahina, and her name means of the moon. And so her soul wisdom is that illumination quality, what's being illuminated for us through all of this in relationship to the moon and the sun, and our ability to expand ourselves in a way, I don't know where this is coming from, but in a way that is thoughtful and oriented towards creating space through our connection to time. So just kind of listening to all that, and to once again try and bring it back full circle. I'll come back to Surf, who, when I put him in here with these little guys, he just right away took to kind of being the herd holder, and yet he engaged with them on a level that was playful, and yet demanded respect. And that's actually feels like what we're being invited into is those qualities, those qualities within ourselves. So that ability to demand respect means that we have to first respect ourselves in order for us to be aligned with that. And in order for us to have respect for ourselves, we have to be in alignment with our message and who we are, and the qualities and values that are really intrinsic to us, and how we respond, and Surf's nodding again, how we respond to the world around us in relationship to those values and those intrinsic qualities. And so when we don't judge them or shame them or keep them in the dark, and we bring them to the light, which is the moon that illuminates them, Mahina, we can actually, I want to say, transmute our capacity through them by embracing them. And so that's kind of all coming into being, and not necessarily in this coming week, but over this next chapter or story that's unfolding, or adventure that we're being called on. It's like a new hero's journey that we're being invited into. And if we so choose to accept, it feels like the words wisdom and magic are really strong right now, that are coming through, because when we choose to accept that mission, which is our soul's mission, we are supported beyond how we might think or be able to plan or organize ourselves through that, just by trusting our gut instinct and our intuition, and again, those intrinsic qualities of how we interact with the world around us in a way that is a clear channel for us to come through and shine. So much love for myself and all of these guys, and I look forward to sharing more of this and creating more space for all of us to expand, and bring those soul gifts to light, to live through, and to offer to others to help them light theirs up as well. So much love for myself and all of the horses are guided by Equus.